All right, Pinape, let's flash
I
our
don't.
melons.
I don't have.
What? What?
Don't worry about it yet.
I'll flash mine. Woohoo!
PG, family friend. Oh, okay.
Anyways, this is actually a very special melon that both Pinape and I have. Pinape has displayed his at his base, but what these are here, I'll give you one. This is very special.
Thank you.
Only 4 in
These
existence.
are called the Melons of Power. There's 4 of these in existence, all right? Only 4. There will only ever be 4.
I see.
Right?
Okay.
What these do is you can do whatever you want on the server as long as you have a Melon of Power. All the people of a Melon of Power will help you with whatever you need.
The brethren of the melon area.
Oh yeah, brother of the melon.
What happens if somebody steals the melon
That's
of power?
a great question. Well, in that case, you lose everything.
What?
Like whoopsie daisies. Oh,
This sounds like a big
Wait,
responsibility.
what do you mean you lose everything? I didn't hear this part.
not lose everything. Just lose. I mean, you lose the Melon of Power, which makes you lose all the.
You're no
benefits
longer
of
a brother of the melon.
Yeah, you lose, and we're not gonna be sorry for you. We're not gonna be sorry.
I think I've been pushed into a corner. And if you want more info on whatever these melons of power are, you'll have to check out Froggy's latest episode. Hello humans, I'm the Alien Doctor, but you can call me Alien, and welcome back to another episode of PinaCraft Season 4. In between episodes, I have been on a live stream where we have began constructing my nether tunnel. So, as you can see, I now have this tunnel that basically just connects up with the main nether tunnels me and Golde began working on in the previous episode, because the idea is that we have these main tunnels and then people will build their own tunnels if they want to that sort of connect the main tunnels to their tunnels. So as you can see here, I have already been working on it, but it is very much not done. However, there is a pretty good reason for why it's not done. Let me show you. So for this nether tunnel, I would quite like some grey stained glass, which would of course require grey dye. And to craft grey dye, you need black dye. And of course, to craft black dye, you need ink sacs. Now you get ink sacs from SQUID, of course. Now I could of course head over to this lovely ocean that is conveniently nearby to the base, and I could wait for some squid to spawn and kill them many times and get lots of ink sacs. But the problem is squid don't really spawn that often. Like, as you can see, there's plenty of fish and even some drowns around, but no squid have spawned yet. There we go, there's the first squid that have spawned, and it's only 3 of them. And after killing those 3 squid, I've only gotten 8 ink sacs, so there has to be a better way to do this, right? And I think I may have just found the perfect way, because in typical alien fashion, there is a farm we could use. As you can see here, I have got many ink sacs, and this is PinaCraft Season 2, if you're wondering, or the world download at least. Because on PinaCraft Season 2, I built this wonderful fish farm. Now this farm produces both fish and squid, and it is very quite simple. So that simple mechanic is that the squid will spawn in the bubble column and just get pulled down to the magma and die, where a hopper minecart will pick them up. It's also pretty much the bog standard design for fish farms on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which makes it nice as well. And as you can see, it is just spawning squids in there like there's no tomorrow. This is the perfect farm for what we need in today's video. So back on the server now, I guess it's time to build this fish farm. But first we need to gather up the materials. And instead of just recording some clips to show you my progress, I decided to do a montage / time-lapse sort of thing with a time-lapse / montage chat. So welcome to said montage / time-lapse chat. That's kind of hard to say. Anyway, basically, I would just like to take this time to announce something. A couple of weeks ago now, I deleted some very important files on my computer that contained quite a lot of files that I needed to make videos. In fact, basically all the files and templates and that sort of thing that I need to make YouTube videos, I accidentally deleted. Yep, I know what you're thinking. Nice one, Alien. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to sort of rebuild everything that I had. I've already had to go through and download all the music. I've lost all my logos and banners and like other assets and images and that sort of thing. So I've got to go ahead and recreate those. So instead of just remaking what I had before, I have decided to take this time to improve what I had before. So, you're going to be seeing some new logos and some new banners and maybe even a new stream overlay because I stream on YouTube. However, this does come with a slightly sad message for YouTube videos, specifically PinaCraft. And that is, for the time being, For the next couple of weeks, however long it takes, I will be having a break from recording PinaCraft episodes, and instead will be streaming it much more and focusing on PinaCraft streams instead of recording episodes. This is not a permanent change. I am a video creator at heart and always will be. But anyway, this has gone on for long enough. Thanks for listening. Leave a like and stuff. Let's get back to the video. Now, the first thing we of course need to do is work out where to build this farm. So it would make a lot of sense to build it over here in the industrial district, and I'm thinking this patch of ocean right here is probably going to work quite well. Now, I actually went into the vanilla behavior pack files to take a look at the spawn rules for the squid and the fish, and as you can see, for the squid, which is what this one is, it's actually pretty simple. Essentially, all we need to worry about is it being in an ocean or it being in a river. Whereas for the salmon, we actually need to make sure it is below y equals 64. And that's actually the same for the cod as well. So if we make sure to build this farm above y equals 64, we're actually not going to get anything other than squids spawning in this farm, which really is exactly what we want, because we don't really need fish, because all they drop is fish and bones, and those are things that we don't really need. So I'm going to make sure I build this farm above y equals 64. So I think I'm just going to start by placing in a platform here first, and then actually put in the rails first, because underneath the magma, we of course need some rails for the hopper minecart to go around. So I'll do that first. I'm probably going to make this version a lot smaller than the one I built on Season 2, because we don't really need it that big, and also we don't need as many drops as that one. Well, after not too long at all, I have a big row of rails, except for that. I should probably go and fix that. Conveniently, I have exactly one redstone torch left. There we go. So anyway, as I was saying, we now have the platform of rails completely done. We'll add some hopper minecart unloaders at the two sides here. But I haven't actually tested this, but I'm assuming a minecart would be able to make its way around without any issues. I mean, let's see. We probably should add a powered rail here, but for now we'll just give it a push. And yeah, it is making it around with absolutely no issues, just as I thought. Wonderful. So for the next step, all we need to do is go ahead and add in the magma, which is of course what's going to be killing all of the squid. And with even less time, we now have all the magma in. And I have fallen off. That was not ideal. Well, now all I've got to do is go ahead and place in the glass. How hard could it be? Well, I'm not really sure how high we exactly need to build this glass. I don't think it matters too much, but I have built it this high so that it is perfectly on y equals 90, because I'm just a little bit weird like that. So now all we need to do is fill it with water, which is actually going to be pretty simple because I have some ice right here. So I believe all we should need to do is go ahead and place in the ice and then break it with a fortune pick. Yep, there we go. So that's going to make filling in this with water a whole lot easier. So I think it's time for probably one of the most satisfying parts to building a fish farm like this, which is getting to destroy all of this ice and then watching as the water floods the entire thing, creating many, many infinite water blocks. So without further ado, let's just do this, I guess. I don't really know if there's a good way to do this, but I guess I'll just start from the top and work my way down. Okay, just a few more blocks, and then I believe this entire thing should flood. Although I'm getting the feeling that for some reason I have actually done it wrong, because I thought part of it would have already flooded. So there's a chance I've done it wrong, which would not be very good. Nope, it is working. It is flooding. Oh, this is very satisfying to watch. Okay, I've now got to get out of here quickly. Oh, there we go. And there we go. Oh, this is so satisfying. Oh. My satisfaction levels are thoroughly met right now and very high. There we go. It should just go all the way. Wonderful. Perfect. All right, now all I've got to do is add some storage on this farm and build the AFK spot, and then we're done. Well, it's been over a week since the last time I recorded anything for this video because I have been on vacation, or on holiday, as we call it in the UK, but I have added in the storage, as you can see. So we're only really getting one item from this farm, that being squid ink. So I just have... That's weird. Why is that happening? Okay, we'll look at that in a second. But essentially, we just have one hopper minecart going underneath here. And that hopper minecart stops off at a hopper minecart unloader. And then all those items just get put into an auto dropper and into the bubble stream or the water column thingy where they go into storage over there. And because it's only one item, I've not got any item filters or anything. Those are literally just chests. However, I can't help but notice that something is not quite right here. I'm not sure if it's because I possibly logged out and then logged back in, so it like lost its momentum or something, but I have never seen that before. I have also spent a whole lot of time AFK here, so as you can see, we have a whole load of ink sacs and even a couple of bits of rotten flesh and nautilus shells as well, which we don't really need. But the main thing that we have is ink sacs, which is very, very, very good because that's exactly what we wanted from this farm. Now, it would appear that whilst I've been away, some stuff has happened at my base. So first of all, we have some signs. Why, hello there, young alien. It is thou Golde requesting immediate shelter and is planning to move to thou island. This proposal does come with a sum of diamonds if you accept. For more details, head to DMs if required. So I think Golde wants a place on our island, which is very, very convenient because in a couple of hours, I'm going to be doing a live stream where I will be constructing a couple more houses and also just doing the terraforming of this place. So I guess one of those houses is now going to belong to Golde. Along with that, it would appear that somebody has bought some iron off me. Well, PinaCraft has bought some iron off me and in return has left me 27 diamonds, which is a whole lot of diamonds. Especially when you consider the fact of how many diamonds I already have. And also how much ancient debris I have. I literally almost have a stack of netherite scraps just sitting in my blast furnace. Basically, this season, I'm essentially rich alien. Now, I figured it might be a good idea to actually add a new section to my shop, seeing as I'm already so rich. So I have brought a chest and a sign with me. So we're just going to go ahead and put this here and put this here. There we go. Yep, we can still open the chest. And then we're just going to go ahead and put a sign down that says Inc Sacs. So in terms of the price for these things, I have decided to price them for 1 diamond for 1 stack because I think that sounds pretty reasonable. And there we go. Oh, really? Just one more slot and then we would have had a full chest. So one last thing I should probably catch you up on is we have had 2 new members join. Unfortunately, I have lost the footage of these 2 new members joining, but we've given them both a full world tour and I also gave them a shulker box of gifts like I have been doing with the new members. Now, one of the new members, Crusader, has been building over here for her base area. So I don't know if she's just building like a little thing over here or if she's gonna build like a full-on base, but this area is getting more people and even better, she's a fellow British person. So that means the server now has 4 British people in total. And conveniently, we're all basing very, very nearby because we have Crusader right there. We obviously have me on that island and that island over there. And then just over that way, we also have Phipps. And I get the feeling that's also why Golde has decided that he wants a house on my mini base. But anyway, it's getting closer and closer to live stream time, so let's go into a time lapse of the stream where we hopefully are going to work more on our island. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that time-lapse. I have actually began working on this house, as you can see here, but the time-lapse for it hasn't actually come out. Now that I've ended the stream, though, and I've had a little bit of a break, I'm just going to go ahead and finish the house off-stream, and probably off time-lapse, seeing as we didn't have the other half of the time-lapse for it anyway. It's also worth mentioning that I took a lot of inspiration from the image on the screen now, and a little bit of time later, we now have a house, mostly. So as you can see, I have added a copper roof, and something I've done a little bit different is I'm going to let this copper age naturally. So those weathered bits of copper there are ones I already had, but the rest of this is completely unaged copper, and I figured I might as well just let this roof age naturally. Technically, that's what Mojang thought players were going to do with copper anyway, until people started making huge fields of them. So I figured, why not do it the way that they showed off at Minecon Live? But there is still one thing that this house is missing, and that would be a simple for sale sign. So there we go, we now have this little for sale sign just chilling out right there, and you know, hopefully a certain Golde, who of course left some signs up here, will you know, notice that there's a house for sale and put in an offer. Now, technically speaking, this house is not yet finished. I need to add a couple of details, like this area, for example, and, well, the interior is very, very much not done. As you can see, we have got a checkerboard pattern in the attic, though. But yeah, we got to go ahead and do the floor and that sort of thing. But I'm going to do this in a future live stream because I'm going to be working a lot on the mini base during live streams and not really including it during videos. But anyway, houses aside, it's time that we, you know, switch back to the actual focus of this video now, which is black dye. So I've gone ahead and grabbed a ton of Inc Sacs, and I'm going to go and get some bones over there to make white dye so that we can make the grey dye that we originally needed. And here we go. As you can see, we have plenty of bones from the mob farm. We certainly won't have a shortage of grey dye anytime soon. Well, it would appear that the only thing limiting us from making even more grey stained glass is the glass itself. But not to worry, I have plenty of sand to smelt down. It's just a matter of time. So whilst this grey glass is actually for my Nether tunnel, there's something else that we've got to add in first. You see, this first layer is actually going to be lava, and then the grey glass is going to go on top. So I've got to go and collect some lava. What could possibly go wrong? How hard could it be? So I've got ahead and filled up my inventory with just a load of buckets. Basically the max amount I could have, obviously including all of my items, because I still want to be able to fly away if I need to. And conveniently, there is a lava lake pretty much right above my base. So I should just be able to keep right clicking until, there we go, my inventory is full. And as you can see, I've also got some fire resin, a spare totem in case anything bad does happen. But essentially the idea is that I'll do that. I'll then, well, fly down here and begin filling in this thing with lava. Now, of course, instead of making it all source lava blocks, I could make some of it flowing lava, but that wouldn't look as good. So we're doing it the proper way. This is going to take ages. Jeez. Well, it indeed did take quite a long time, but it is now completely finished. Well, when I say completely finished, obviously this area by the portals is not finished, but the tunnel itself is now completely finished. So we have these sort of lava currents in the floor, in the walls, and in the ceiling as well, and it's meant to look like the lava's sort of being transported around. That was the original idea, but now I don't know if it really looks quite like that anymore, but I'm still happy with the design anyway. And I would just like to say a quick thank you to PinaCraft, who gave me the idea to put these crimson fence gates here as well. So obviously we have this packed ice here, and this will just let the you know, boats go down here, and then it just connects up to the main tunnel over there. Over here, where we've got the portals, it's currently undecorated, but it will be decorated in the future once I've built a piglin bartering farm in this area, because I want to build a piglin bartering farm in this area. But anyway, I think that's it for today's episode of PinaCraft Season 4. The next one won't be for a little while due to reasons I mentioned earlier, but there should be some other tutorials and stuff in the meantime. So a huge thank you for watching. Thanks to everybody's names on screen now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.